Money in my pocket, but it can't buy me love. Eyes so gray like she come from above on a tune. Without I would've never seen the world like I do. Money in my pocket, can't buy me love. Eyes so gray like she come from above on a tune. Without you, never seen the world like I do. I was a little bit lost before I knew your eyes. We seeing life, there's different stories, no different ways for you to hide. She keep a smile up on my face, knowing your love is always there. She only wants me when there's two of us, and I ain't old enough to share. Come on, yeah. Money in my pocket, but it can't buy me love. Eyes so gray like she come from above on a tune. Without you, I would've never seen the world like I do.
Welcome again to everybody just joining us. We're going to be having our Transfer Thursday session, the first of the fall quarter, kicking off here in just a few minutes. And your hosts will be telling you a little bit more about what's going to be going on today. Thanks for making the time. And this session will be recorded and then uploaded on YouTube at the end of this week. So appreciate you being here and stay tuned for an amazing show.
All right. Hey, look at that. It is now 1:05. We're getting ready to kick off and start our Transfer Thursday here for fall quarter 2021. So welcome, everybody. It's great to have you here. I'm right here sitting in Martin Stadium enjoying a nice win over the UW Huskies here. So that's for you, Jen. Anyway, I'm glad. Oh, and Joey too. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. We got a couple, but Ciera and I are holding strong over here. But anyway, welcome. Transfer is definitely what a lot of people do want to do when they come to Pierce College, and so we're here in EDI Cares providing some assistance in transfer. And today we are going to talk a lot about getting involved and how that matters in part of your transfer. And so we're gonna it'll be me and then my co-host Obi. So I'm gonna kick it over to Obi for a minute here.
Sure. Welcome everybody. My name's Obi Quarless, retention manager. I represent an aspect of the EDI Cares team on campus. For those that do not know, EDI Cares is an acronym that stands for EDI is Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. And CARES stands for College Access, Retention, and Engagement Services. So all in all, we offer additional college support for our most resilient students, including first-generation low-income students and students of color. We are a team of people that not only give academic support, but more of those life skills and life supports and other things that support keeping students on campus. Our programs are support programs that we have federally funded programs and locally or institutionally funded programs. Our first one is the TRIO SSS, which stands for Student Support Services. We also have ASPIRE, which stands for Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders Reaching Their Potential Through Education. And thirdly, for more science or STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math focused students, we offer what's called the Lewis-Stokes Alliance for minority participation in STEM sciences as well. We're going to encourage all of you, whether you've been part of our other sessions or events before, or if this is your first time, we will be sharing the invitation to be part of our programs in the chat. So you can look out for that coming up. We have a myriad of programs throughout the quarter and the year that are available by either checking out our website, our EDI Cares page on the Pierce College website, and you can see our newsletters and things that are going on as well.
Okay, thank you, Obi. All right, hey folks, we're gonna get to know a few of our guest speakers and some of our workers here. So what we're gonna do is I'll give you the order here in just a quick second, but what we're gonna do is you're gonna state your name, your title, and then one fun fact about yourself, okay? And so, you know, you can also talk about how long you've been at Pierce. You know, if you were a student at Pierce, we have some alumni working here. If there was a little fun fact or something about that too, that's also good to go. And so I'll go ahead and go first. My name is Terry Green. I am the faculty counselor advisor in EDI Cares, specifically working a lot with our grants from TRIO, Student Support Services, helping a lot of folks transfer to four-year colleges. And this Transfer Thursday is a big part of that. And so one fun fact, I did graduate from Pierce College myself. I'm alumni and did transfer to Washington State University. And then pretty much almost immediately after graduation, started working here again. So, or not again, but I started working here after being a student here for a while. Anyway, so, and I've been here now at Pierce for 26 years plus, and hopefully I'll be here for another 26 years. I gonna try to, you know, hit that 50 mark. So, all right, next up, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go next will be Obi, then Ciera, Joey, Allie, and Walter. So Obi.
Sure. Again, Obi Quarless, retention manager. I am fairly new to Pierce. I've been at Pierce about 6 months now, so still just a baby compared to Terry's 20 plus years, but nonetheless here. And I guess one fun fact about me is that I love to play Super Mario Kart. Anyone, any system, let it ride.
Nice, thank you, Obi. Okay, Ciera, over to my right.
All right, hello, everyone. I just want to say that I love this Zoom background. It is so cool. So I'm Ciera Graham. I'm the Associate Director of EDI Cares. Welcome to everyone that's here. One fun fact about me, I was in the high school band for 3 years and I played the clarinet. And then I've been at Pierce, I'll be approaching a year in December, so very exciting.
All right, thank you, Ciera. Joey.
What's up, everybody? Yeah, this is the craziest but dopest background I've ever seen in Zoom. I need to figure out this for future Zoom events. So sorry that I'm so distracted by this because this is awesome. But what's up, everybody? My name is Joey Adams, and I am one of the new directors of student life. And you can find me mainly at the FS campus. I have been at Pierce College for 6 years now. I am brand new to the director position, as prior to that, I was part of the IT department for Pierce College. I am a graduate of CWU, Central Washington, out in Ellensburg. And although we are in a room of some Cougs, I am a diehard Dogs fan. So I'm indirectly, I got a woof woof for that because there was a lot of Cougness going on. So let me balance that out a bit. But and I am just, I'm excited to be here with you all. Thanks for having me. And just know that there is so much change going on, but part of that change is that Student Life and EDI Cares has combined to join forces or join. I know Walter appreciate superheroes have joined to support our students in the most holistic way possible. So you are joining the Pierce family at one of the best times possible, and just know that you have support all the way across the board, across the district.
Excellent. Thank you, Joey. Yeah, I'm okay if UW wins a game or two, as long as it's not against the Cougars. I'll root for you in
Yeah,
the
we're
big game.
struggling. We're struggling. We're struggling, but we're not going to talk about that right now. We're not.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're all in that same boat this year. Okay, so thank you, Joey. Next up, we have Allie. Oh, mute, Allie.
Uh-oh, Allie, are you muted?
Or maybe.
I'd like to point out how consistent I am about the mute button. Hi, everybody. My name is Allie Morrow, and I'm the Student Life Program Coordinator at Steilacoom. I have been with the college. I'm in a hot race with Terry this is my 26th year as well. I'm pretty sure I'm a couple months, ahead of Terry. Not real sure, but pretty sure. Fun facts about me is I enjoy extreme jeeping and along with my husband, riding Harley Davidsons.
Nice, nice. Okay, well, thank you and welcome, Allie, to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I just wanted to make mention our other student life director who couldn't be with us today is over at the Puyallup campus, Mical. And so I don't know, Joey, if you wanted to kind of mention anything about her.
Yeah, absolutely. So Michael DeGraaff is my right hand, my battle buddy, is the student life director over at our Puyallup campus. And basically between her and I, again, as you heard me speak of, combining forces so that we are embodying the Pierce district and not kind of really working in silos anymore with the help of our EDI Cares family, just joining forces, want that student life experience to be felt across the district. And so Michael is just as passionate and excited to push forward that work alongside with me. And I know that if she could be here right now, she would be, but I'm pretty sure she's helping some students out right now. Otherwise she would be here.
Absolutely. All right. So next we have Walter.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, my poor computer can't handle the whole virtual environment thing, and so the poor GPU is just struggling to try and figure something out here. That's why I'm partially transparent. But my name is Walter Lutsch. I'm the student engagement specialist in the Office of Student Life at FS primarily, but also now working across the district to help out on both ends. And fun fact about me, which I mean most everybody at least should know by now, is that I'm also Batman. So this is not a picture from a movie. That is me in that costume at Rose City Comic-Con a couple years back, pre-COVID times. Yeah, I've been doing that for 10 years or so. But I'm coming up on my 2-year anniversary here at Pierce College in just under a month. Like we're talking like 3 weeks. So.
Nice, nice. Okay, well, welcome and thank you. And I believe Michael came into the room here. So I don't know if Aki, you can get her front and center here, or if you can't, that's totally fine too. She can just come on. So our student life director from Puyallup, Michael, do you have a few words to say? Basically, here's what it is: name, title, and one fun fact about yourself.
Sure. Hey, everyone. I'm Michael DeGraaff. I use she, her pronouns. I'm the director of what's my job? The director of student life over here at Puyallup. Fun fact. I just got a kitten yesterday. I'm really excited. He's so cute.
Cool.
Yeah. You got a kitten. That's great. That's better than getting a dog. But anyway.
Members. There is actually up to 90 million in scholarships to help you complete your associate's, bachelor's, and even your master's degree as a PTK member. Also within PTK, there is another database called PTK Connect. And so for students who are a member, they can use this database to search for four-year colleges and universities that are transfer friendly. And they can also use it as another scholarship database, and they can look at scholarships that are offered to community college students and also scholarships that are exclusively for PTK members. So if any of you are interested in PTK, I'll put the website in the chat. And again, you do have to be invited. And a question that I get a lot as an advisor is, sometimes students will get an email invitation and for whatever reason, they miss the deadline to confirm their membership. That is completely okay. If you send me an email, I'm still able to just verify that you meet the GPA requirements and then send you another email invitation. So I just want to say, it's great to get involved. PTK is just one of many opportunities that provides you the opportunity to just be recognized on a national level, but also have a very competitive advantage when it comes to scholarships, applying to universities, and getting jobs. So that's it for me. And I'll put the information in the chat.
All right. Thank you, Ciera. Yeah, that's excellent. Yeah, I have some regalia here. Don't think this is mine though, by the way. It was donated from a student of ours, a former student. So folks can kind of see what that is. So, okay, thank you about PTK. We have coming up next, we're going to have Joey and Allie talking about student life overview and student leadership. So go ahead, Joey and Allie.
All right. Thank you. So what I wanted to answer, the questions I'm going off of is, first of all, why do we have an Office of Student Life, right? Well, guess what? None of us have jobs without students here. We are here for you, first and foremost. And so if we're going to be here serving you, serving your needs, learning more about who you are so that we can support you in the most holistic way, well, a lot of that happens within the walls of the Office of Student Life. And what that looks like is we have clubs for you to join, that we want you to lead, that we want you to create, we want you to bring your ideas, your events to, because if you have that passion or hobby, then you can best bet that there's going to be others within this Pierce family that want to be a part of that as well. And so all that comes from you. We have student leadership positions, starting with our student government, that is so vital to elevating and empowering the voices of our students here, making sure that you are seen and heard. And that's more of the more formal ways of making sure that the student voice is involved in the different procedures. They have a voice in the policies that are made within the institution, just ensuring that they are having their voice at these tables. And again, with the outside of just the student, not just the student government, but we also have other student leadership positions that Allie will be able to speak more to. But again, that involves our clubs teams. We got student advocacy positions, coordinator positions for events, graphic designing, just you name it. If there's a passion that you could bring to the table, we would love to have you. And I say it for both myself and Michael, we are actively hiring. We have many vacant positions right now. So if any of this sounds like you would be interested in being involved, we would love to have you. So please come by the office or please check out our websites for those applications. And the other question that I'll answer real quick is, why do we value student leadership development? Is because we're a higher ed institution. And so part of that is we understand that a lot of this stuff is new. And so we want to be able to, again, support you in knowing that we don't expect you to come in here and have all the answers or know how to just take off running and operate within an office setting, or get you connected to the right resources that are going to help empower you throughout your student journey here at Pierce. And oh, by the way, we're here on Transfer Thursday, so we want to be supporting you to not only support you while you're here at Pierce, but give you tools and resources to know that you have these individuals here in the room and beyond that are supporting you even when you leave here. Just because you leave Pierce, you're always going to be part of the Pierce family. You're always going to be a part of what you'll hear often is the Wakanda family, which is our EDI Cares umbrella as a whole. And so once it's a for life thing. Once you're in, and we don't let you go. And so just know that you have a whole array of individuals that want to see you succeed and want to learn how we can continue to fine tune how that looks so that we are meeting your specific needs. And we understand that that looks different for every student. And we want to be mindful of that. And so with that, I will hand it off to Allie so that she can give you a little bit more context of kind of the student leader positions that we have within student life.
Sure,
Thanks,
and if I
Joey.
may, sorry, if I may, Allie, before you continue, I appreciate that, Joey. I wanted to provide a little more context and encourage you all. I appreciate the introduction, Joey, with student life, and as we continue to hear from the rest of the staff, you know, with this being one of our series on Transfer Thursday, or transferring a series on transferring to the university. Want to encourage you, and starting with you, Allie, as you continue, and then coming up with Walter, to continue to speak on not only what we have at Pierce in terms of student involvement and getting involved, but some of the benefits and connection on the decisions on getting involved now and how that transcends and builds skills and capacity to be a successful university transfer, and even more a competitive university transfer for admission, and a successful student at the university level as well.
Thanks, Obi. I'd like to talk about that a little bit. Being involved in student leadership looks fantastic on a resume, both for college as you transfer and for jobs as you continue on. To answer the questions that are asked, who are the staff? Well, you've met Joey, Michael, Walter, myself, and we also have an admin assist named Dina Kelly. And who are our student leaders? Our student leaders are you. Our student leaders, I explain it like the house of student leadership. We have a left wing and we have a right wing. The left wing is the student government end. They are the business end. They are the decision makers. Their main mission is to carry the voice of you, the students, onto leadership, to make changes, to provide even more resources for our students, to make those connections. And some of those connections are lasting connections. A lot of them are. The other side of the house is the activities board side of the house. They are all student leaders, but they have different roles to play. In activities, they plan a wide variety of all different kinds of events that are free to the students or very low cost to the students. And if you're a student at Fort Steilacoom, you can take advantage of all the events and things that are happening on both campuses. You don't have to stay just at Fort Steilacoom or just at Puyallup. So there's a wide range of events. The activities boards hires, plans, and implements these events. We bring in singer-songwriters, bands, motivational speakers. We host game shows, video games, family movie nights, seasonal events, college movies. The list just goes on. And all these events are developed by the student leaders, both on activities board and student government. They work in harmony with each other. They work hard for the students. They are students themselves, but their mission is to serve you. So we encourage any and all of you to get involved. It's a great way to stay connected with the college, and you're paid and you're right here. If you're taking classes, you can have a job here too. And you learn, you lead, you grow. And who's next?
I think it's me.
Oh,
All
I've
right.
got a question in the
Puyallup
chat
director.
here.
Oh, we got a
So
question.
we have a question in the chat,
Yes.
and it's a direct message. We have a student saying, I'm on the Student Life website, but how do I know what jobs are currently open?
Good question.
Excellent question.
Yes, we have many open positions, both in Puyallup and Fort Steilacoom. The applications are online. You fill them out. There's a checkbox to see about the various positions that are open currently. I think we have probably 10 positions open. Is that correct, Michael and Joey?
Yeah, so I could speak to the FS side. I'll let Michael fill in on the PY side, but as of right now, we are actively seeking, and Walter, Allie, help me if I'm missing anything, but on the student government side, as Allie spoke to, more of our business side, we are still actively searching for an engagement senator. And then on the activities board side, we are still seeking a special events coordinator, an outreach coordinator, an issues and awareness coordinator, and a communications coordinator. And then outside of that, we are also, we have several front desk positions that we're looking to fill as well. So a few vacancies there. If any of that sounds interesting to you, please apply.
So I just put some stuff in the chat. I wanted to point out that we do have a Canvas page. It is the Digital Office of Student Life. It can be found if you're on Canvas, there's that little left-hand navigation. And then towards the bottom, it says Student Supports. And we're actually, so if you click on that, we're like the first one. You have to opt in, but you can follow us on Canvas, and then we have a lot of information there. So we do announcements about events. We have open positions available, you know, the application process, everything like that. So that all could be found there. Thank you, Walter, appreciate that. In terms of the open positions that we have, we're looking for a student body president. So if you have like real desire to make change and represent the voices of students in really cool ways, so you would actually get to talk to the presidents of the campuses, the chancellor, you get to run the meetings. So it's a really amazing opportunity. Then you would want to, so it's all the same application. So you just mark which one you're interested in. We were looking for a marketing. Oh, yes. Awesome. Come hang out with us, Sandy. Love that. We're looking for a marketing coordinator, the operations senator, and an equity, diversity, and inclusion senator. So all of those positions, if you have a passion, we are here to help you channel that passion into some real work that you get paid for. So that's, yeah, that would be my suggestion, would be Canvas. And then if you have questions, just call or come in or email us. All right, I'm gonna move on to clubs, orgs, and activities. So Allie really is the activities goddess over here. She runs everything and works very, very closely with our activities board. So she is really in charge of most of that stuff. And you know, I think that she did an excellent job of telling you why that's important, right? So it looks amazing on a resume. And I think more importantly, for your colleges in particular, really look for leadership skills and leadership, you know, like clear demonstrations of leadership that you have actually shown. So those kinds of things are really helpful when you're applying to transfer to a four-year college. So goodness, I just totally lost my train of thought. That's okay, it'll come back. Yeah, so really thinking about like how would you represent yourself to a four-year institution in terms of what you learned from student leadership. That kind of stuff can be really, really valuable for a college application. In terms of what I'm most excited about this year, so Aki was graceful enough to provide us with some questions, some prompts to answer. He wants to know what I'm most excited about this year. I am really excited because so Joey and I just started in September. September 1st was our first day. So I've been really, really happy to kind of get the opportunity to really learn everything. I feel like I've learned so much. My brain feels like it's going to explode sometimes. And I know that's kind of how a lot of our students are feeling. So I'm right there with you. I am most excited we've got some amazing events coming up. We just hired a student leader actually yesterday. So so we got another student engagement coordinator. That's a person who works with Allie and our other activities board members on activities for the campuses. And we're really going hard on some club information sessions right now. So if you already have a job, don't really want a job, don't have time for a job, that's totally fine. You can actually run a club instead. So and that is also a leadership skill and a leadership development opportunity for you. And that's also something you could talk about on a college application. So what we're doing right now over here at PY, and I know FS is going to do that too, is we are starting club information sessions where we just get everyone together and we say, hey, what do you want this club to look like? So club information sessions, we just did a video game club. We did a video game design club. And right now, actually, I just came from the tabletop gaming club orientation. So they're really excited to get started. We've also had a very large Black student union, a Latinx student union, a gay straight alliance. We have a disability student union orientation coming up next week. And then we have clubs like there wants to be a gardening and tie-dye club, and a hiking club, and there was one they wanted to do an ice cream club, which I love and will 100% be joining. So really it's the way that clubs and activities are is just a way for you to express your creativity. If you're a really creative person and you want to learn how to sort of channel that, clubs and activities are a great way to do that. So yeah, and they look good on a resume, and you can use them in transfer applications. So if you're interested, let us know. Follow us on Canvas. We're also on Instagram. We're on Facebook, but I know none of our students are really on Facebook. So, but you can join us on Facebook if you want to. Yeah, I think I'm going to pass it to Walter. Ooh, I got a question. Will there be a clubs fair this quarter? Not this quarter, but next quarter, we're going to have a clubs fair. We needed a minute to kind of get ourselves oriented and ready to go. So, but yes, the club fair in winter that Walter's running is going to be lit. We're stoked.
Okay, so yeah, in terms of talking about clubs, I'm the student engagement specialist at FS, and I'm going to tell you a quick little story about transferring, which is that I really only have this position because I started a club when I was in relatively your position. I was a student at Western Washington University, and I had a fire to start a radio theater club, so Viking Radio Theater, and it was a club that didn't fit into a lot of boxes, and I had to kind of force it into existence and bend some rules and all this kind of stuff. But that meant learning the rules, and I became fascinated with it. And ultimately, at the end of the year, the club staff were like, you know this just as much as we do. You should really apply for next year. And one thing led to another. That led me into the career that I didn't even know was an option of coming and doing the work that I was doing there as a student, but as a professional, and getting to work with clubs full-time, all of my, for the rest of my life, to help inspire and promote and, help build communities. So, for transfer students, as somebody who transferred, I was at a 2-year and I transferred to a 4-year, being active in clubs is huge in terms of finding a community here. The friendships that you can make and the connections that you can make will be lifelong. Just the club that I started, I was just so happy to see people. I mean, we actually have somebody who they're engaged now. We have some people who met in my club at Western and they're engaged. So, I mean, I'll take a tiny bit of credit for that one. So, and just in terms of finding people who have your interests, have your some of the same experiences that you've had in the background, whether it's affinity clubs or, more things based on activities and hobbies and skill building. And as Michael was saying, and as Joey has said, these things look great on a resume. My experience leading a club for 4 years, leading the production of a radio theater program, that was all stuff that we built ourselves. And the ability to build that is what we're trying to provide for you, is that what you want to build, whether it's akin to a small student business or, an affinity group that is going to go and present at different conferences across the country, the sky is the limit as far as clubs and activities and what you can create. And we want to provide all the scaffolding and supports to help you do that. So that then when you're ready to transfer and you're applying to these colleges, you can say, hey, I was participating in these clubs and I was leading this and I was doing this and we built this. And here was this, $1,000 event that we put on and it went off, great. And we had this many participants. All of those things are excellent to be able to bring with you when you transfer. And as far as the clubs that we've had already here at Pierce in the past, it runs the gambit. I mean, Michael was already talking about, the BSU, Latinx Student Union, groups that really bring people together based on their shared experiences and allow you to find those people who they understand where you've been, they understand where you're going. And as you're working through classes, as you're struggling with exams or things, you're going to find, study buddies and people who are going to really be able to help support you. And in addition to that, we have all of these clubs that, again, things like small businesses, literally, students who are business majors and they're like, hey, this is really what a club can be, is the beginnings of a business or a model like a business, and learning all of those leadership skills, learning those management skills, how to run those things. And then of course we have everything that's fun and creative, that's going to enhance your skills, that's going to bring you together in pursuit of common goals. Yeah, the sky is the limit in terms of what you can create, and we'd love to help you create it. As far as how to do that, your number one resource is, of course, the Office of Student Life. So if you're coming onto campus in person or for hybrid classes, just stop by our offices on the PY campus. It's in the Central Building 210, and on the FS campus, it's Cascade 418. And we, come on in, let us know. We both have some registries that will put your name in, on any clubs that you might be interested in either starting or just being a part of. And when we find enough students to start that club, we're going to get everybody together and say, hey, let's guide you through the process of getting this going. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Walter. Hey, I'm just going to say that I've been involved with clubs on both ends. When I was a student at both WSU and at Pierce College. At Pierce College, I was in the juggling club, and and I was also in the tennis club, both as a student, and then when I was faculty here. I've been every club. I don't even really think I know how to play chess, but I was the advisor of the chess club one year. I mean, I'll step in and help wherever, if they need some help, I'll learn whatever. I've probably been the advisor for 20, 30 clubs, sometimes as many as 5 in 1 year. I even they had to put a limit on me how many clubs I could advise because I was trying to run all of them. Allie probably remembers that day. And so I'm willing to help out. I think it's a great opportunity. And so certainly from somebody who's been, like Walter had in a story too, being in clubs, I don't know if I would have got to WSU, if I hadn't put all those clubs down what I did here, because they do want to see that you have done something other than just gone to class. And so, everybody can go to class, everybody can go pass a class for the most part, but what else did you do while you were in school? How do you tie that together with your, interests and your motivation and getting involved? And even more so, when I help people start clubs, you have a title. You're the president of the tennis club. You're the president of the juggling club. Like the president, like you might not have $1 million budget, but you can put that down that you were the president, the vice president. I tell the clubs, hey, when we have all the officers, everybody's a vice president of something, vice president of advertising, vice president of the budget or whatever, come up. Why we don't need anything less than vice president, because we want you to have that on your title and give you something to do so you can learn, so you can put that on your transfer application and then also on work application. So I don't like going any lower than a vice president for any officer in a club. So yeah, I have all kinds of tips and tricks. Follow me for more.
Right, and even if I may add to even beyond the title, consistency and duration and impact. And the experiences you gain those are the things that are going to come out when someone actually gets a chance to interact with you or ask you about who you are, what you can do. As a former admission representative, admission counselor, I've reviewed thousands of admission applications for universities, transferring freshmen coming in out of high school. And in my experience, it's not necessarily what you do, because at the end of the day, most of the time, you're going to be a name and on a piece of paper. you're going to be a digital entity called a student from somewhere asking to continue your education at another university. And those key things that may jump out on a resume, or those part of the application asks, it's list things you've been involved in. And that question isn't to see like there's not certain clubs or certain activities that are better or worse than others, but at the end of the day, it's about how have you been spending your time? How have you been engaging yourself on the campus? How have you made an impact in your academics, in your community? And it can be formal things with clubs and organizations. And I also want to just put a plug in to highlight for maybe students that are online or can't maybe find a way to engage with the campus as much, whether for COVID or just other personal reasons. You can build and show a sense of community and sense of impact from wherever you're at. Whether that's in your church, whether that's even in your family. I've had very, very impactful and students I've met that said, hey, I take care of my kids and my mother's kids, my other siblings, or, I have other commitments where I show where I spend my time. And if you need different outlets or ways to grow through the student life department to find more structured ways or creative ways to use the campus as your template to get involved, go ahead. But I also want to highlight that getting involved and showing your impact can happen in maybe ways you already are doing already as well.
And real quick, if I can add, before I get out of here, Obi, thank you so much for speaking to that. Is what I want to share with all of the students here in the space before I get out of here is what you ultimately can be a part of, especially in this year and the years to come, is right now in the transition that Pierce is in, we are in a period of historical change. And what that means is you'll see this crazy, thanks to Terry, who allowed us to see these crazy emojis. But if you see my emoji right now, it's a wave. And what I'm calling our students are wave creators. That's meaning that we're not waiting for the wave. We're creating the wave of change that we want to see here at Pierce College. And that starts with us unifying the district across the board. That starts with leading with our EDI Cares family, because we're leading with equity, diversity, and inclusion. And oh, by the way, we stand firmly on the statement that we are an anti-racist institution, and we will incorporate those elements in every way that we approach our days, our work, our experience, our communication. And so if any of this sounds like something that you want to be a part of, that you can put down, as Terry said, when you put down on your resume, you can illustrate on that resume that you were part of historical change at Pierce College to bridge that connection, opening up the doors and opening up accessibility to so many students that have for so long been marginalized or have not been seen. And so you were part of that work that helped lift up and empower those students. So if that sounds like anything that you want to be a part of, the EDI Cares family wants you, the Student Life office wants you, because we need your voice, we need your ideas of how we can continue to push that work forward.
Absolutely, yes. Aki.
I just have a quick question from another one of our students. Does Pierce have any remote working positions?
That's a good question. There are some positions that we do offer remotely in student life. So things like graphic design coordinators, marketing coordinators, those things can be done remotely. Student body president is something that we would need you to be able to be on campus for, because there is a lot of in-person work that needs to happen. But yeah, we can be a little bit flexible about some of the positions that we have open, definitely.
Yeah, and I will piggyback with my battle buddy to say that, hey, we've learned so much in this last year and a half of how kind of operating remotely looks like, how what we call high flex, where, you know, some is in person, some is remotely. So again, respecting you as an individual, as a student first, that always takes priority. So when you come to the Office of Student Life, we want to know what your schedule looks like so that we can then work around that schedule, because your student priorities take precedent first, and then we try and build around that structure. So, you know, and if that entails figuring out a remote schedule for you within the context of what that position asked, then we absolutely want to work with you in that sense.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Who else? Anybody else have any comments? We're getting kind of low on time here. We've got about 8 minutes or so. And a few things we will want to do before everybody leaves is a Zoom selfie. And we'll let you in on some of the upcoming events and links that are coming up. And other than that, is there any last questions for this discussion here? Do you guys love this new there's several choices.
I need this. I'm sorry. I
Now
need
that
it
it's not
because
making me a ghost, I'm pretty happy with it.
This is amazing.
This
I'm
is
definitely going to
awesome,
be
Terry.
using this in the future.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I love it.
Yeah, I figured this out this morning with a student who's actually in the room with us here today. I was testing it out, and I ran over to Aki's cubicle and said, all right, I need you to change the setting now so we could use this. There's a lot of options. There's a classroom setting where you could have like 25 students sitting in a room, and there's a fireside chat. The student I met with earlier, we were sitting on opposite sides of the fireplace. So there's a lot of options. So we just got into emojis about a week ago, Joey, and here we are now.
Man, you teaching me, so I feel bad because I'm coming from IT and you showing me more stuff than I've ever even seen with Zoom.
Well, I'm learning some new stuff this year. This is my goal, is learning new technology. As the I don't want to say older guy here, but because I don't feel older, I feel like I'm 20, except when I run, my hamstring will remind me. But at the end of the day, I need to catch up too. So yeah, Joey, I get it. I'm right on top of this stuff. So it's going to be great year with this new technology. I hear we got a Joey coming up with an owl he's going to show us. I saw that at a conference this weekend too. So all kinds of fun things. So anyway, you know, transfer, that's what about 80-90% of our students want to do. And that's why we put this series on, our Transfer Thursday series, is to give insight on the transfer piece. There's so many things that go into that, and getting involved and having things to put in your kind of in your toolbox for that transfer piece is very helpful. So I really do encourage you to visit both of or either of our offices of Student Life. Check it out, get involved. The very minimum, let's just go very minimum. Go to a club meeting, you know, just to get your feet wet and see what it's like, meet a few people, and go from there. So
All right,
again,
and we need to grab that Zoom selfie before we lose everybody.
oh
So,
yeah, let's do the Zoom selfie here. I kind of like this selfie too. The boardroom selfie is awesome. Also,
let's go for it on a count of 3, 2, 1. Cheese. Got it.
Oh, this is
Cool.
great. Yeah. So again, any other last minute follow-up questions, comments, any questions in the chat? Any student like to come on and ask an individual question? Anything? The floor is anybody's. Don't want to hear me talk all day.
Well, I might just make a quick comment, which is just that, you know, I think one of the things we've kind of talked about and alluded to throughout this is that, just like, you know, for me personally, I went to a 2-year college because I needed to build that foundation, you know, that upgrade my GPA, save a little bit of money, you know, on the process before transferring to a 4-year. we're used to thinking about that in an academic sense. You know, I'm going to this community college so that I can save a little money. I can get, you know, some of these introductory classes out of my way. I can build this nice foundation so that I can transfer to a 4-year. And the things that we're talking about today with student life and clubs and student leadership, that's, you want to think about it in the same way, and that, hey, I've got all these opportunities here at this community college that I might not have again, to build a foundation to take with me to that 4-year university. And everything from your club experience to if you were to interface with student life, even just coming to our events, being part of our events and activities. You know, these are all building that foundation of skills and knowledge and experience. It's making you more confident in a public setting. Whatever it is, all of these things are just building that foundation for you to take with you when you transfer to that 4-year university. And then they're going to be excited to have you, and you're going to be even more equipped to make the most out of your time when you're there at that university.
Yeah, that's a great point, Walter. Just coming to events. When you come to an event, you get to meet some of the student staff that are working those events, and you know that kind of like says, "Oh wow, they're doing this. Maybe I can do this." And next thing you know, they might even be giving you some inside information on how to like apply for next year. You know, because we do like to, you know, hire our student leaders in the spring of the year prior, and we don't want you to show up in September, October saying, "Hey, I want to do something." It's like, oh, wow, you missed out. So stay connected, go to events, find out when those important dates are, and get involved at the beginning. All right. Well, that looks like it basically wraps up today's Transfer Thursday. And so I would really like to thank all of our guests for coming today from Student Life. It was a pleasure having you on the show, and certainly you're welcome to you know, come on any future show, and we hope to see you again, obviously. And we also are going to have a kind of an ending slide here towards the end, so anybody wants to take a kind of like a screenshot or a photo of our last slide of some upcoming events, please do so, and then hopefully we'll see you there. And those of you that would like to also join EDI Cares and get into one of our grant programs, Obi has dropped the link into the chat there. He also has our emails in there if you'd like to contact us directly, and we can get you connected. So again, thank you for coming to Transfer Thursdays in our fall 2021 edition. And we'll have another one coming up later this year. And so stay tuned for that. We try to do two Transfer Thursdays per quarter. All right. Well, thanks again, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you next time on Transfer Thursday.